Hey guys, I'm here today to show you an overview of the new Learning Ally Link app. It's right here. It's the new app for accessing Learning Ally books. If you're still using the old Learning Ally app, I recommend you transition over to this app because it's better supported by their company and it has a nice visual interface that I think your kids will like better. It's got a couple additional features like taking notes on the text as well. So let's hop right in. I'm going to touch the app to open it. Okay, so you can see that nice visual interface that I mentioned. It has pictures of the books, the covers, instead of just a list of the books. It does get rid of the listen and download tab, and so all your books are going to be represented here. These three books have the download symbol, so I know they're what used to be in the downloads tab, so I have to click on them to download them. So let's go ahead and do that. Welcome to Mars. I'm going to touch right on that download symbol. And you're going to see in a second that it's starting to go around here as it downloads the text. All right, while we're downloading, I'm going to show you the settings option up here. Touch that little guy. And you can see that I have options to manage books. That's how I'm going to delete my books if I don't want them on my bookshelf anymore. And they'll go back up as a download that you can grab again later. Update my books. So if you email me because you want more books on your book list and I say it's there and you don't see it, here's how you update it. They used to be right on the main screen and now it's just one menu in. Search your books, and then I like these settings. It allows us to set global settings for the whole app and sort of how it'll always read. So if you want to set the default rate a little slower or faster, here's where you do it. Here's where you change the text. It always defaults to the highlighting on. You can see as I scroll down there are other text options here. So you're going to see similar features within the actual app, just like we did before. Touch back to go back. But by going into that settings menu up here, you're able to set the global settings for the app and how it'll always react when the student's reading the book. You can see Welcome to Mars is finishing up. And in just a second, we're going to see the icon change from download to downloading, and that it'll be a play button. And there we have it. So it tells you it's new. We haven't read it yet. And so just like we had the downloads and listen tab before, this is kind of downloads. It's got that icon. And now here's our listen tab, our listen options. So I can just touch right on that play button to jump into the book.
If you put Olympus Mons on Earth, it would cover the state of Arizona, USA.
So it's picked up.
It would stand 3 times.
Right where I left off reading last time. My Wi-Fi is making this video for us, so the voice is only jumping because of the Wi-Fi. You're going to have a much better sound when you're listening on the actual device, so apologies for the recording. But you can see that when I touch play,
Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth.
He's reading and he's highlighting line by line.
Let's hope.
In the navigation, I've got skip ahead a page, back a page, or skip back 30 seconds, which is really helpful if a kid catches themselves sort of dazing off and not listening. They can just touch this and it'll go back 30 seconds and they get a nice listen again. So let's listen a little bit more and use some of those features.
We don't arrive at Mars during
I'm going to go back 30 seconds.
That's what a great view out the window.
Down
below, we see enormous mountain.
I'm going to go back a page.
Giant. Chapter 3.
Jump back a whole page. I'm going to go forward a page and on page 35.
As we move closer
forward
to
another
Mars,
page 36.
the race to Mars.
These headphones.
Oh, we don't arrive at Mars during a dust storm.
Pause it so you can hear me.
That's what happened to Mariner 9.
The headphones allow us to change the rate, so you can slow him down or speed him up. And then we also have a further menu if you just touch right here. Don't try to slide up, it won't work, just touch it. And so here's where we can really navigate through our book. You know, it did pick up where I left off, which is a common feature you'll be familiar with if you're using Learning Ally. It always picks up where you left off the recording, even though I deleted it from my bookshelf and re-downloaded it. It's still picking up in the same place, which is pretty cool. But here I can navigate by the table of contents, by pages or by bookmarks I've made. Here's where I can also see those text features that we saw in the settings menu. Okay, so if I click any of these three buttons, it's going to pop open sort of a new menu, which has my table of contents, my pages, and my notes or bookmarks. So if I wanted to jump right back to chapter 1, since you guys didn't get to hear chapter 1, you just touch it.
Chapter 1, All Aboard.
So this book has the nice pictures in it.
Congratulations on becoming.
So what I did there was I went to the table of contents and I just touched right here on chapter 1 and it jumped right there. So I can navigate with my table of contents just by opening table of contents and touching right on the chapters. I can also go to pages if I know what page number I want to be on. And then I can also go to my notes or bookmarks, which is nice, new, and different compared to the old Learning Ally app. The old Learning Ally app just let us put in bookmarks. This lets us put in notes as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. To get rid of this menu, I'm just going to touch right back here on the text. Okay, let's start listing again.
A Martian pioneer. And welcome, it will be our job to build our city ours. This is an opportunity that will happen only once.
Okay, I'm going to pause it because I want to make a note there. And I just touch right up here on my bookmark button, so plus for new bookmark. And it's going to put this right in. You can see right here the sentence it's capturing, the sentence I was just reading, and I can touch right there to add my notes. When I touch it, the keyboard pops up, and I can type whatever I want. My notes, and then I'm just going to go right here and touch save.
You're lucky.
I'm going to pause that voice again because it's
To be
the
the right
Wi-Fi
hand.
is driving me crazy. I'm going to touch right here. I'm going to touch right here to look at all my notes and bookmarks, and you'll see that it brings me to my bookmark right there. I touch it and I can see my notes. So it bookmarks the page, the line it was reading while I wanted to add the bookmark, and then it gives me my notes right there. So the old Learning Ally app didn't have this. You had to take notes on paper. So this is a really nice way to collect your notes within the app if that's something that works for your student. And it's probably the biggest difference between this app and the old app, aside from the visual interface.
A world far, far away.
I'm going to leave this
Going
book
to Mars is sort
by
of
touching the
like to
arrow up
college
here.
country or joining the military.
He's going to stop reading and take me back to my bookshelf. So if I wanted to listen to the 13 Planets, I would just click right here to download it. But in the interest of time, I'm not going to do another download. What I would like to do is add books. So right now, in your old Learning Ally apps, you have to email me all the time to get the books. In the new app, provided we think it's okay for your kid to have access to Wi-Fi and the internet, you'll need access to the internet to do this, they can download their own books. If we don't want your kid to have access to the internet because they're a little kid or they're not going to be supervised enough, then you can still email me the book list and I'll get it onto the device for you. But this gives you additional independence in using the app if your kid is ready for that. So when I click on this Add Books, it's going to take me out to the Safari app. It's going to sign me right into the Learning Ally website to the account that the device is set up for. So it'll automatically be the correct account. And then I can just search right here for the book that I'm looking for. My keyboard pops open. I'm going to download the book Matilda, so I type it in and search. And there I see my book right here. I click Add to Bookshelf, and it's going to do just that, Add to Bookshelf. Tells me it's already added, and I can scroll back up to the top and type in another book here if I had another one. And if I want to go and listen to Matilda, I can just touch right here, Learning Ally link, to go back to my Learning Ally app. You can see Matilda is not here despite it telling me it was. So let's go back into this menu up here and update my books, like we talked about before. It was updated 2 minutes ago. And in that 2 minutes, we added a new one, and you will see Matilda right here. So you can see all these books are also voice text books, which means they have that nice text on the screen and the highlighting. So I can touch Matilda, It'll start to download. And then I'll have a new book to listen to. So that's the short and sweet of how to use this app and the differences between this app and the old app. If you have questions, you can always shoot me an email and I can come over and show you things. But I want you to have this ongoing resource in case you have questions or you want to share it with parents or anything. So good luck.